All right, what's up everyone? Sorry about the glaring sun. It's about 4 o'clock, no kidding. So the sun's already going down here in SoCal. So anyways, just want to make this video featuring Nemesis version 2 or type 2 from Detail Co. At least hopefully this is version 2, but I guess we'll find out, right? So anyways, today, yes, we do have the Mini Cooper out on the driveway. It's been about a month or even two, a little over a month probably. I haven't looked at the spreadsheet because that's where I actually track the number of months for my ceramic coatings. So anyways, this car though has been garaged for the most part, barely goes out. So it's mostly a sort of garaged vehicle. I would say like 90%, give or take. So it should be relatively on the cleaner side, which is why it's going to be perfect for a rinse or no rinse wash. So we're going to do that method today. We're not going to even bust out the hose because this car is just mostly dusty, and I trust the process of the rinseless washing. So of course, we do have Nemesis in the mix here. Again, hopefully this is version 2. We'll have to see about that. So anyways, it's supposed to be like, you know, slicker. I think the cleaning power might be a little more enhanced, but for the most part it is likely going to be more lubricious, and of course less of the sudsing like the very first version of Nemesis, which I still have, but I just ran out. Here's the empty bottle right here versus this bottle right here. You can tell with the color of the bottle, right? This is a lot darker, this is a lot lighter. So hopefully, again, this is type 2 or version 2. Again, we're about to find out with the Mini Cooper right here. Okay, the red cap thing is off. Still has that same lovely scent that is so unique to me anyway. We're gonna use the cap, and we're gonna use quite a bit of product. So there is 4 gallons in here, so do 4 capfuls. So that's nice 256-to-1 ratio. And 4. It does have a more milky appearance, which means that should be, yes. So we do have confirmation that it is V2. So I'm going to take you guys closer to see. So here's the type 2. And I'm going to have to actually mix this in even better. And you can definitely see how cloudy it is by appearance versus this right here. This is 2 gallons of water, but it still has a 256-to-1 dilution, so it should be right about the same ratio. And you can definitely tell that this goes on clear. This is version 1, and in fact this is version 1.0, because it does it'll suds up at one point. And then we do have this guy, which is very cloudy by appearance. So yeah, that is a huge indicator. So that's a very good indicator that it is version 2. So happy to say and confirm that we have version 2 in the vicinity. All right, I had to put it on the jacket because it's starting to get a little cooler. So let's get going here. Of course, let's not forget our keg right here, which is right below us. So I'll also do the 256-to-1 method right here. I'm very sad to say that the version 1 is now empty, but I guess also a happy day since now we're officially done with version 1. But it's a first bottle, so I'll definitely miss it some way or somehow. And then for version 1, we're gonna have version 1 in this spray right here. So So we're basically going to compare one side of the hood with version 1 and then another side of the hood with version 2, basically. That's going to be our very basic test and see what's up with version 2. And of course, we do have equal sponges. In fact, we're using an old face for one last time, which is the version 1 of the Nemesis sponge from Detail Co. Since I got them on the sale, so why not? Might as well put them into some sort of use. Okay, so we're gonna basically use the emblem as our mark and try to go off the side a little bit just to make it a little easier on us. And this contains version 1, so let's go ahead and test out version 1 first. Get plenty of product on there. Again, the car is just dusty at most. Okay, well, here goes version 1. Right. Actually very slick on the car that is, for the most part, freshly coated with DIY Detail 8 year or whatever was remaining of it. Otherwise, there are some parts where there is a bit of Cerakote version 2 of ceramic coating, but that's only like on the lower front bumper parts anyway. So it doesn't really matter all that much. Okay, so we do have version 1 tested for the most part, simple. So there's that, you can definitely tell. Now we're gonna bring in the big guns a little bit with the keg. So hopefully my accuracy will be adequate enough. All right, here's the version 2. All right, and that's done. It's so fast. It is so fast for this keg spray to cover everything. And that's why I love having the keg sprayer. It's great. Now hopefully the Rinseless Wash version 2 in question will be greater. Oh yeah, right away, I definitely feel the slickness of version 2. Woo, wow. It's such a huge difference actually. I did not even think that it would be that much of a change. Let me go ahead and spray more of version 1 just to see. Oh, and yep, off camera, the formula is foaming up. Oh yeah, yeah, it is. Like some parts of the car do feel slicker because because of the little valleys and stuff like that, but when it comes to version 2, especially like this part right here, I can definitely tell the difference between 1 and 2. And then on this side, oh yeah, it just glides effortlessly. And then let me do this side by side. Yeah, oh yeah. It's definitely more consistent, if that's the key. Because again, version 1 is still slick to its own right, but version 2 is just wow. Yeah, especially around these parts. Let me see. Like, geez. So version 1, again, version 2. Oh yeah. Now it is to say, if you still have version 1, you can still definitely go through it. It's still slicked, again, to its own right. But once you get to version 2, I think you'll definitely notice the upgrades to it. So I'm gonna do this one more time on the hood, just to give it that one last chance. And in fact, I'll even dunk the sponge for version 1. Leave that there. And yes, version 2, I can definitely confirm that it does not foam whatsoever. If there's like very little sudsing in comparison to the version 1 over here. But yeah. And then let's go. You can definitely see the wetting agents too. Hopefully that catches on camera. You see how there's like this big stripe right there? And then version 1, not so much. I'm gonna go ahead and spray more of V1 right here and see, yes, even spraying it like this, I would have to like saturate the panel just to even duplicate that effect of the stripe right here as we glide the sponge across the surface. It like breaks up. So what does that mean for this rinseless wash right here? I would say that means you get like better coverage of the product across the surface, better cleaning capability to some extent because the product is staying on the surface, therefore it's cleaning it. You would think like, oh, you know, oh, it's staying on the surface, therefore it's not picking up all the dirt or whatever, but I mean, in this case, a little hard to say. All right, let's go ahead and get more of the product right there. And then, yes. You see how prominent the stripe is as I swipe it as well? Boom, like there. And do that one more time just for demonstration purposes. So maybe there's a little bit more. Okay, so let me go ahead and really saturate the surface. And yeah, as you can see, I'm going to spray, in fact, directly onto the sponge. Right there. And do this at the same time. And look at that. I can barely get that thing to even imitate what this is doing. So very interesting finding, right? I feel like that wetting effect can enhance or consistently keep up with the lubricity of the product. So therefore, I think version 2, no question, is the better of the two, of course. That should be given. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, so you can see that smudging right there. That's like all the fingerprints and stuff like that. Just want to give you guys like a bit of a bonus bit. And let's see what happens when we apply V2. See if it does anything. Just like that. All right, let's use the version 2 right here. Just go ahead and kind of clean up the surface right here. Very slick with the sponge as well. No pressure whatsoever. And we're gonna have a bit of a cameo right here with the LA Details mini drying blanket, which, wow, look at these fluffy, tiny little fibers. I can definitely see why it is the business, right? With these types of towels. Go ahead and lightly and gently dry the surface around it. And I think the results for themselves speak loudly. Look at that nice, glossy, shiny surface. No noticeable scratches at all. Just nice, clear, mirror-like surface right there. Of course, the camera won't be able to pick up all the little details and stuff like that, but I can definitely tell you that Nemesis is the business. So far, version 2, I really like it. I mean, I've already liked Nemesis version 1 for what it was. I like the scent. I like the gliding lubricity experience. It was a nice rinseless wash for something that's $40 a gallon, I believe, still, right? So given that also really adds the value to this rinseless wash right here, and especially now that it doesn't do the sudsing like crazy. It does. I think it does the right amount for version 2. If not, like it's just like very little sudsing now. And if you pair it up with a nice towel like the drying blanket minis or the regular ones, you're set, man. You're set for a nice weekly rinseless washing. Or of course, if you decide to do it, bi-weekly or monthly, you definitely want to bust out more like the hose, just to have that extra little safety. But even then, rinseless wash is still the way. I'm still rocking that process. I really do like it. And it's really a matter of knowing what you're doing, right? You have to do the thinking. These chemicals and tools can only do so much for you. So Nemesis V2, definitely where it's at right now. So anyways, I'm gonna wash the rest of the vehicle. It's not that dirty anyway, so it's kind of no real point to showcase the cleaning process unless you want to have some bonus footage. Then maybe I'll do a little bit of that right now. But basically, if you run out of V1 of Nemesis and if you really like it, go ahead and get Nemesis version 2. It's definitely worth the purchase, especially when more of the House of Rags stuff is gonna carry on over to Amazon. Gonna be way more convenient for more people to access to it. Definitely get it there if you have Amazon Prime, which yes, a lot of people do. So that is going to be pretty lit if you ask me. So anyways, hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. See you guys in the next one. Sean out.